And then Loki was saying, well, why would you want to do that? Why, if you have all this power, you have all this stuff, why would you want to do it? He said, because, buddy, I'm old and I'm
Yep.
tired. And this job is a young guy's job because this guy's been around for millions of years.
Yep.
You don't look like it, but he's been around for millions. I was about to say the black don't crack.
The
Right?
black don't crack. That's exactly what it is.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei and Place to Be Chillin' Train, Mr. Andy and the Anime Hero Swag on Zero.
How you doing?
We are back here with the season finale, episode 6 of Loki. Y'all might be out there wondering, well, damn, they've been really late when it came to Loki. Look, I already explained what's been going on, but I do understand that I gave a lot to y'all on Wednesday. I had a premiere like every 2 hours to get 3, 4, or 5 out the way because we all know we ain't come for that. We came for the finale, the one that I stayed up 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday and watched twice. Okay,
I was up at 3 a.m. as well, so. And I was like, it was like 2:46. I was like, a couple more minutes till Loki. I might as well just,
Yeah. And I was sitting there like, and I was watching so intense. And then my wife was like, what's wrong? I said, I'm either going to be salty and I got to hear it again or I will be right. So one of the things I'm just like, finally, thank you. So before we get all up into that, real quick synopsis. Sway, tell me how you like the show, and then we'll get into our spoilers, and then at the end we're going to see which the Disney Plus series we got so far, which one has been your favorite. So starting off, how'd you like this episode?
Now again, I was up at 3 a.m. Okay. Was not expecting anything. I was like, you know what, I might as well, it's the time.
Because it was Agatha all along.
Yeah, I was like this is it's the time, so I might as well just tune in. This episode makes up for all the boring parts in this series. Yes. Because I was still saying, call me crazy if you want, this was the best season finale out of all the shows we had so far.
Absolutely.
This was the best one. So much revelation, so many answers, but it brings a lot of questions on the future of Marvel, which I didn't think it was going to go this far. But this is a complete nerdgasm. If I could put it higher, I would.
And I have to agree with you. I don't care what anybody says out there because this show is shrouded in a lot of dialogue and stuff. So, yeah. But you know what? Do you think I care? Oh, tell me the story. Because first of all, there was so many tension parts. Like, I was scared of Thanos, right?
Uh-huh.
But for some reason, I was like, I'm scared of 1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This threat is something that you literally can't see coming.
Right.
Yeah, so that right there freaks me out.
Uh-huh.
And there were just so many types of things that were put in there, which we will get to. But honestly, off the back, best season finale that we had in the Disney Plus show. And it gets a complete Nerdgasm! I mean, if you're going to do Nerdgasm, you got to do it the full way, bro.
I don't need to yell.
So, guys, that is it. So, if you guys have not seen episode 6 yet, stop this video. Go watch it on Disney Plus. Then come back to our video. I know there's a lot of other bigger YouTubers that are doing the breakdowns far better than we are, but come support us and watch it because we're about to get into the spoiler territory right now. So, once again, make sure you guys go check out episode 63. Come see this because right now we're in the thick of things. Recapping all that kind of stuff like that. I was just like, move past this. Let's get to it. Marvel starts off with the new opening. Now,
that threw me off.
It did because go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say with the opening, I was like, "Is this a play on time?"
Way to go, Tic Tac!
That's how you punch.
Wakanda forever!
Nah, you wouldn't have heard of me.
Let me put you on hold.
Dance off, bro. He's a friend from work.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're just I was like, they're picking everything out, just random things that was going on.
They are quoting all like some of the famous quotes, some of the not so famous quotes from the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe as they come up.
Right.
Each one as they show from Iron Man, Hulk to Black Widow, Black Panther, Ant-Man, stuff like that. We actually get to see the whole buildup, and then after a while, it kind of audibles over each other.
Yeah.
And then it goes down. So first of all, hearing Chadwick again, obviously.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not getting over this joint, man. And
we'll hear him in What If. So this isn't the last time we hear him, at least.
So then we take a trip through the multiverse or the universe. It seems like kind of like the beginning of time. Like it's kind of like almost like forming. And as it's doing this, we are getting kind of quotes from like famous people from like Neil Armstrong and Nelson Mandela and Greta Thunberg and Maya Angelou. Like we're getting these kind of quotes. Like it's like the universe is being formed at the moment.
My dream.
We have fought for the right to experience this.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, we are like, honestly, when I was watching this part, I was like, please don't tease me. Because how else is it not? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I was like, how else is it not? But I'm just like, you know what? Okay, I'm going on this ride. So then, then we see the form of the singular timeline at this rock where we're now at, where Loki and Sylvie are finally at the void, the end of time, basically. And you can see a lot of things don't function right out there. It's like the little rocks are floating out there, like this kind of castle kind of thing with all these kind of cracks in the wall. And I was like, oh, my guys, is a intimidating place to go into. With Sylvie,
No, yeah, I was agreeing. Definitely intimidating.
Yes, with Sylvie and Loki going up there, and it was just like, she was like, I've been waiting my whole life for this before you even existed, so you got to give me a minute. But they don't need to no minute, because the door opens up anyway. Come on in, guys. And I was like, okay. It's got great. As soon as they come in, Miss Minutes pops up out of nowhere. It kind of scares me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's 3 something. I'm not gonna hold you. It's 3 something in the morning. I was just kind of like, I'm mad. I jumped.
Funny thing, I thought she was a part of the creator of the whole thing. I was like, oh, he's gonna be mad if this is the reveal. I'm like, he's gonna be mad. This is worse than Loki.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. I was like, oh. At first, when she popped out, I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's Miss Miss. But then she said that she came here because, you know, you have finally got to oh God, I had the name.
He Who Remains.
He Who Remains. Yeah.
He Who Remains.
Goodness, like I had all this shit.
Now, so. I remember the quote unquote God of Marvel Universe is the one above all. So I think they just switch it to He Who Remains, or if they're gonna have the one above all, he'll be even more powerful. Yeah, and all that.
Well, He Who Remains is there, and she said, "Look, we're gonna try to give a little bit bargain." Yeah. So now I'm trying to think. Before Miss Minutes comes, because they do walk through. Loki does touch on the table, and it like does like, has anybody been here for however long? There's 4 statues. 3 of them are the timekeepers, and 1 of them is broken. Yeah. So there could be some theories like, because he's been in there for millennia, or whatever the case may be, did somebody break the statue, or did he not want a reminder of himself and break that statue? Whatever the case, let's say be, but there was a broken statue of course, Crane that's in there. But when Miss Smith comes up, they say He Who Remains wants to sit there and gotta make a bargain, and we know that Loki, they'll reward him with it all back in the timeline, defeating Thanos. Yeah, holding the Infinity Gauntlet, winning the Battle of New York, being King of Midgard, like all the stuff that Loki has won, especially that's still the 2012 Loki. Yep. Everything that you wanted, we could give it to you, and then it was like, well, here you go, Sylvie. You can just be happy with him. I was like, damn, okay, well.
Well, I think with Sylvie, that's more important because she was alone all her life, and she didn't have anyone. And, you know, for her not to be on the run, this is actually her, like, you know, reward. To actually be with someone that she actually built a bond with.
Good point. I'm glad you brought that point up. So, Sylvie automatically thinks, she's like, it's a lie. It's a lie. I'm not falling for this. It's a lie. And so it's just like, all right. And it kind of goes. And I'm just like, see, y'all piss off that little clock. Y'all piss off little Terry Straw, man. Y'all know what y'all about to get in for.
Before we get to that, after the timekeeper, after Miss Minute left, she went to what's her name in the office, the head of the TVA.
Renslayer, yes.
Yes. She went to her to talk about the files. It was like, this is not what I asked for. No, this is what he requested. And then she left again.
And she said, saying that, yeah, he think you'll do better with these. And I was just like, huh, we are really kind of getting some kind of comic book accurate. Because I was wondering if I was getting my scenes crossed, where I was getting ahead of myself, where she went to go see Renslayer first, or before, Kang introduced himself. So, and as they're walking, then all of a sudden you hear this ding, and this elevator opens up, and I'll be good damn well.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors sitting in that elevator as a version of Kang. This version being, known in the comics as Immortalis or Immortus. So, which is like the final boss of Kang. Like,
okay.
Yeah, the last incident one. This is the one that that version of Kang who went to the Timekeepers, and they said for you to reward for you watching over the timeline, we'll give you like the immortality type of thing.
Okay. Yeah. I am not versed in Kang at all.
Yeah.
All I know him, I think he's a Reed Richards is a descendant of him.
So that's pretty much all because, I know. The name Nathaniel Richards was keeping coming up, right? And that's one of his aliases. But then the question is like, well, since we kind of race bended Nathaniel Richards, what are we going to do with Reed Richards and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know. Kang has so many forms, so I don't know if they're necessarily going to be a kind of thing where they changed him, of Reed Richards to black or whatever the case may be. I don't even think that he's going to go by the Nathaniel Richards alias, to be honest with you. I'm not necessarily sure. It's a possibility he could, but I'm just not necessarily sure.
I want John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Exactly. So
just do whatever you can to do it. I don't care what you do. I'll accept it.
So he comes out with the apple, and very religious symbolics here going by, because he does refer to himself as the devil, not the Mephisto devil. I'm off that train.
Yep.
But you're saying, to say, I was like, and somebody was saying online that him represent the devil, and of course the fruit, having the apple, and then Loki and Sylvie playing the role of Adam and Eve, because Sylvie was really made from Loki. So
right,
yeah. So a lot of
that's good parallel. I didn't even thought of that.
Yeah, so a lot of good religious parallels in there.
Did not think of that at all.
Oh, bro! When I say I was sitting there like reading, I was sitting there reading all day today before I went to work. So I was just like, if I can find anything, sure. So he introduces himself and welcomes him to the elevator, and then so Sylvie's like, I ain't trying to have none of this. She tries to attack him. He teleports behind her. She tries to attack him again. He's like going all over the place until he finally is at the elevator. And then when he got the elevator, he's just sitting there smiling and wait for and invites him into the office. I'm like,
yep,
that's creepy villain 101.
I liked it. I loved it.
I loved it. I loved it because I was sitting there like, y'all, just because he's acting this way makes him even more scary to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't
have all that power.
It's like, Thanos is going to be a hard ass and a thug when you see Thanos, right? And that's what you expected out of him. But I'm just like, this guy is completely loose with everything, and which causes a lot more mystery.
Yeah.
So when you cause a lot more mystery, you're sitting there thinking like, yo, what's this guy really up to? So he sits them down, and now we cut back to the TVA, correct?
Yes, we get to the TVA where I keep forgetting her name, but she's like packing her stuff up, and that's when Morbius walk in.
Yeah, it's so.
Is that his name, Morbius?
Mobius, because Morbius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mobius walks in, and then she's like, "Well, if anybody could have got the void, it would have been you." And he tells about the whole TVA's been live, but she was telling that we need the TVA to be structured here. Okay. Yeah. And then he was telling her about free will, and she drops a good line here. She says,
death,
free will.
Free will? Only one person gets free will. The one in charge.
The only one with free will is the one that's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So drop that whole idea of free will, because the only one that truly has the free will is the one that's in charge. And the reason why I thought it's such a bad line because how she says it later, and then she says, "So what you gonna come here to do? You come here to prune me?" And he said, "Yeah, well, I thought about it, but then they've been friends for so long, it's like he really can't bring himself to do it."
Right.
But then she pulls up the teleport wall, and then he was like, "Look, I can't let you go. Where you going?" She says, "To go find free will."
Mm-hmm.
Because he found out her secret. She has his pen that since Roosevelt High School, and then she's like shocked that what is the secret. Well, we'll get to that because they've been jumping back and forth. And but when she goes to there, and it's funny. She says, "You can't stop me." He said, "Oh, I can't. Well, I'm gonna have to." He gets his ass kicked. He was like, "Yep, you're right."
Easily.
He was like, "Yep, you're right." And then when she goes on, says, "I'm going to find free will." I was just like, "Oh my god!" Because first of all, before we knew there was going to be a season 2, spoiler alert, I was just like, "How y'all going to end like this?" I'm like, that's how certain things ended in certain other Disney episodes, episodes, to the point everything's like rushed together. I'm like, no, man, you got to do some follow-ups, okay?
Yeah,
got to do some follow-ups. So before we get to that, so we come back and then we see, the
next scene is the B-15.
That's the next one.
Yeah, that's the right after the whole Mobius and encounter.
Okay, so
the office.
Is this when she takes them back to 2018?
Yes, takes them back to 2018 where they're in her office where the TVA is following B-15. She goes into, I guess she's a principal originally, and they get into the office, and then they see I keep forgetting her name.
Renslayer.
Renslayer. They see Renslayer, and she's like, "What are you doing in my office? Can I help you?" And the TVA agent's like confused. He's like, "What is this?" B-15 says, "We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot.
We got a lot to talk about.
We about to fill in the TVA on all this stuff too. So I like how she did that.
Yeah, me too. So, that was smart.
And like I said, when it comes to Renslayer's backstory, let's you go by the comics. It's shrouded in mystery. A lot of it.
Gotcha.
So then we go back and then we see Immortalist. I'm gonna keep calling him Crane, but I know it's for him because he dressed in his Immortalist outfit. And he said there as Sylvie's asking all the questions, stuff like that. He says, "Look, and she's still trying to kill him, and he can hit hop back." He said, "Look, let's just end this right now." He goes and took the binder, picks up the papers, and like, look, I'm gonna show you something.
This is what y'all saying.
I know what's gonna happen before it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
If I look, Reed, I like how he puts me saying it's Loki and stuff like that. So, and then so Sylvie keeps thinking it's a lie, but Loki's taking it back like, "Yo, I don't know if we should fuck with this guy." Like, that's the look I got. Now we've seen the whole MCU, right?
Yeah.
I have seen Loki be in the presence of what was that thing's name? Was it him or it or something that one of Thanos' minions who gave Loki the Tesseract?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like he had no fear of this. Loki stepped to Thanos and had no fear of it.
Right.
I'm seeing fear in Loki right now.
Yeah.
To me, first of all, I thought that was just great acting by Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, to the point where I was just like, wait a minute, y'all gotta understand something. Like when they be putting these little things in here, Loki has never been scared like this before.
Right.
And he's being riled to the point like, yo, we might want to chill. He was like, okay, look, so you ready for a little exposition? And then he goes and he takes what one of his time bracelet that he has because he still has the TVA instruments. It seems like, and he goes and basically explains the whole King backstory.
I've been dubbed many names by many people. A ruler, a conqueror.
Yeah.
Eons ago, that it was a variant of himself who came and then discovered that there was universes compacted on top of each other.
Right.
But then also at the same time, other versions of him was finding these universes. And then they came and they made sure they were very narcissistic about it. Talking about some, you're smart. Hey, you have a nice nose. You have a nice nose. I was like, throw in there for the black people, like, hey, look, I like your nose, okay?
Yeah.
So, and then he said, but there were versions of me that were that wanted the power to take over or to defend their universe. So it caused a war, the multiverse. Miss explained this in the first episode. So as that is as this whole war breaks out, this version of him in Immortus, he said that whole thing, that smoke, that beast you seen outside, that
I forgot what the beast was called
because I got it wrong in the last video. I had to fix myself. It is Eliath. Okay, and he said, yeah, I took control of it and I weaponized it, and with that, it took out the rest of my variants until there was one that was him that created this single timeline.
Yep.
And then so Sylvie's truly not buying any of that, and then Loki's sitting there just like taking it all in. And one line that really creeped me out, but he was saying not shot about it. He was like, "If you think I'm bad, you wait till you see my variants."
Yeah, I thought that was great.
I was like, "Damn, this guy ain't nothing to fuck with." I was like, "I don't want to be none of them, bro. I don't want to see you die at the pizza shop, the mail. So I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to see him do nothing." So he explains that. So Sylvia was saying, so why is that? You know, and he said, everything that you have done coming up to this point, I've led the way for you to get here. It's supposed to happen. And Sylvia was not buying that, but he says, look, I got a proposal for
you. Take over and return to the TVA as its benevolent rulers.
Because he said, you guys are here, and it's two Lokis, and you can take over my place. And then Loki was saying, well, why would you want to do that? Why, if you have all this power, you have all this stuff, why would you want to do it? He said, because, buddy, I'm old and I'm tired. And this job is a young guy's job, because this guy's been around for millions of years.
Yep.
You don't look like it, but he's been around for millions. I was about to say the black don't crack.
The black don't crack. That's exactly what it is.
He said, I've been around millions of years. It's a young guy's job, and then so it's kind of like, might as well be a lawyer there. But or you can sit there, you can kill me, and then if you do kill me, just let you know that you're going to be releasing all my other variants.
Yep.
And I'll be right back in the same place eventually. So choice up to you. So in a sinister way, no matter what happens, I win.
Right.
You know, so it was like, it's all a lie. It's all stuff like that because you left me alone. And he was like, "Oh, get over it, Sylvie." You know, he still started like that. I was like, "Okay,
yep."
That was funny, you know, blah blah blah. And so he's sitting there leaving her with the choice. And Loki's really contemplating, like, I think we should really think about what we're about to do here. And
right.
Sylvie's like, no, I'm done here with this. At first, she was like, she's being really aggressive, but once again, that's a Loki. You know what I'm saying? That's their nature. They can't trust anybody. They will always double cross everybody, as we see in episode 5. You know what I'm saying? And they be drunk with power. But more her case is like, look, I basically used you for what you need to do, but right now I have an agenda. I came here to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to have my way.
Right.
You're not going to stop me. Well, that right there causes the first, in my opinion, the first good fight of this series. the first good fight of the series, because I was saying that there is no really good fight scenes, and especially the one in episode 2.
Right.
I didn't think that was necessarily a good fight scene, but this one was good because you've seen all the Lokis just use the powers and all the stuff like that, and I thought that was it was really dope. And how
before that, it was a certain point where Krang just said, he was like, you know what? I thought I knew everything that was going to happen until about 5 seconds ago.
Well, that's right. That's what that's what he just said. We crossed over the threshold. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he said he crossed over the threshold, and he drops the little thing. He was like, and it wasn't gonna fall back. He said, up until this point, I don't know what's gonna happen. So he's like excited to see what's going to happen now. Because for the first time, he don't know he does not know what is about to go down.
Right.
So as they're sitting there fighting, and she throws Loki to this bookshelf, she's about to go and come for this man's head with the whole sword. Loki risks his life and puts himself right there and says, "Stop! Look, let's think about this. What if he is telling you?" She said, "You know he's lying." And he says, "But look, but seriously, I'm not getting that feel. I'm a liar, okay? So I know when somebody's lying. I'm not getting the feeling that this guy is lying."
You could tell.
Yeah, it's like I know you heard the phrase, "You can't bullshit a bullshitter." If anybody heard the term, "You can't bullshit a bullshitter," if somebody who BS's their whole life, or they get in situations and they know somebody who's doing the same thing, they can pick up on that because they do the same thing.
Right.
So exactly. I like how Loki, who has been one of the biggest MCU liars there has been, you know what I'm saying, even all the way down to Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? He's been the biggest liar he has been. He sit there and say, "Yo, I don't think this guy's lying." But then he finally confesses to Sylvie, you know, his love for her, and gives her a kiss. And I was like, "Oh, they finally kissed." Sylvie kisses him, but then Sylvie takes a little void thing that Krang had on the desk, opens up the portal, and sends Loki back to the TVA. And then I was just like, "Oh shit, we screwed." As soon as that
I was like, "We're done.
We're done.
We're done."
And then this should have been the red flag like this when she's walking up and she talking about some. And he's sitting there and she's like, "You're not gonna fight for your life," and he's not. Right. He's like enjoying this, and he's like caring. I'm like, how are you not registering this?
Aren't you gonna beg for your life?
Good.
It's all that she don't trust anyone. She don't trust anything.
Yeah.
So anything he does, I feel like she's going to be like, "Well, you already have another plan."
Yeah.
If you don't trust anyone, you're instantly thinking like they already got something in their back pocket. Yeah. And I think that's why she cried after she stabbed him and Krang was dead.
I was hoping she cried because she knew they was fucked. But it's a possibility.
And I guess that's another way.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's another thing, because it's like after you stab him, you realize, oh, there's no other trick. So I really screwed everything up. And Loki was right.
Yeah, well, she stabs
That's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah. Well, she stabs him, and then he gives another awesome line. He had a lot of awesome lines in this thing.
See you soon.
Bruh, I would just slice my own head off at the moment right there. I'm like, because I'm not even gonna deal with this. That is some thug level stuff to do. I'm just like, I'm not even going to deal with this problem. And as you see on the outside, the whole singular timeline is just branching apart.
Yeah,
the whole thing is coming unglued, and I was just like, yo, we have stepped out of the MCU and have gone into the MCMU. Okay. We are going into the universe, but we're going into the multiverse. Okay.
Yeah.
So this thing here, I was like, it kept branching. I was like, all right, they have a couple lines, but then they show back in the TVA, and you have Hunter B-15 and Mobius is just sitting there like, oh my god. And then Miss Menace is there saying that you know, is he going to just let them all expand, which I didn't pick up on,
right?
Because it explains. So Loki's just like, he's sitting there actually kind of depressed. He has to snap out of it like, wait a minute, I know what she did. We got to try to fix this.
Yep.
He's running. He runs past TVA agents. He runs to Morbius. He says, we can't stop it. Look, we messed up. We did something really bad. We've got to the end of time. We've seen this bad person, and we killed him. So you understand, a lot of these bad people are. So this bad person, millions of this guy is coming, and we can't stop it. And the heartbreaker right there is more said, calm down. So who are you?
Yep.
And I was just like, no, it's too late.
Yep.
It's too late. I was just like, oh, and then he was just like, are you an assistant here? Or are you saying, are you a foot soldier? What are you? And the B-15 calls it for backup. And he's like, wait a minute. I'm not in, like, these are not the Morbius in the B-15 that knows me.
Right.
And he turns around and Kang the Conqueror in his comic book suit has a statue right in the TVA. No more timekeepers. It's just him with the lips and everything. And I was just like, oh, we are fucked.
Now, the one part where I like picked up on TVA not knowing who Loki is because it was just TVA agents just running, and none of them was like, yo, we got to stop this one because he was like, according to the TVA, they think he caused the problem.
Exactly, yes.
None of them stopped him. So I thought that was like, that's kind of strange that he's just running through the mall and no one is like, like, hey, we should arrest him because he's doing, or we should at least stop him or ask him what happened.
Yeah.
And none of them stopped him. Once Owen Wilson said, it's like, who are you? I was like, okay, we're done. We're screwed. Then turn around, you see the statue. I'm like, yeah, this is over.
And then when they show the statue, you see outside again, that one line, that was a single timeline, it's just like little strands in space.
Yeah.
They ripped that thing apart. And now I'm sitting there like, now I get it. God, this is so fucking genius. Now, anything is possible because now that sets up for Spider-Man because we have Jamie Foxx coming back, but we also have the guy who played Doc Ock.
Yep. And Green Goblin.
And William Dafoe. Like, there is, like, people, we are in a multiverse now.
Yeah.
That means there are going to be versions of all these the X-Men from 20th Century Fox to come in. This could bring Deadpool in. This could bring Tony Stark back. This can bring Cap back. Other versions of them.
Right.
And come to find out, I just learned that the What If series is canon with this.
Yeah, I did find out it's part of the multiverse.
I'm like, honestly, I swear to you, I thought What If was just one of the things which is going to be like, hey, this is a good storytelling to say what if basically for fun. And I'm just like, oh, this is really happening, just animated. And I'm like, oh my God. And I thought Crisis was something. Yeah. Look, I swear, Kevin Feige was watching Crisis. He was like, good move. Okay. Hold that thought.
You're like, king me.
Anything that's Marvel related now, anything has the green light to come.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Defenders.
Yeah, that's like Luke Cage and Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, anything is open because they are ripped apart this universe. And then so I'm sitting there like, okay. We have a mid-credit scene that's explaining that Loki season 2, thank God, it's getting green light for season 2. The only series that got green light for season 2.
I'm glad. Especially with this ending. You don't understand how happy I was because I was like, it's about time. Because we knew Jonathan Majors got signed to play Kang the Conqueror. And he was going to be the villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 or 2, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, okay, well that's cool, but everybody was thinking, well, who's the big bad for the next phase of the Avengers movies? And it's just like, well, it's Galactus, but we haven't really did Fantastic Four. It's a Doctor Doom. We haven't did Fantastic Four yet, but doing this Secret Wars multiverse war, they made it Kang. Yep.
And I think that's because now it's like Thanos was one problem. It was one universe, one problem.
Yep.
It was a big problem, but he was one problem. How do you stop this guy who got millions of variants out there that are as bad at worse than the one we see, which is the Immortals, and he's going to go right back to the chair in the first place.
Right.
Because you better not defeat him in Ant-Man. I'm sorry. I swear, if Scott Lang was to defeat Kang the Conqueror by himself, it's like, well, we got to move on to a new villain. Stop. I'm out. I walk out the theater. I'm walking out. Mark my words, Lord willing, I'm walking out that theater. That happened.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, now it's because I'm like, now this all makes sense because I'm like, why are the Eternals coming to Earth now?
Yeah.
They've been in the background for how many millennia now? And it just seems so now they're coming here because this is the problem.
Yep.
I honestly did not think that Loki was going to cause all these problems. It's a TV show. But I like, because after seeing Joey Dreyfus at the end of Black Widow, which is the only scene I thought that made me excited for Phase 4, and her creating these, Thunderbolts and stuff like that. I was like, oh, so they had a part integrating the television shows in these.
Right.
So I'm like, man. So guys, that was Loki. Did y'all see how excited I am? I probably took over all the talking time. I apologize, Swag.
No, you like I said, you're the bigger fan of Kang the Conqueror. So, I know very little about him. The only thing I would say that was a downside for this, or a thumbs down, is that Owen Wilson didn't give his famous wow.
Oh no! See,
I was like,
Season 2 is coming. Once he finally sees who this
I was like, I wanted him to. I was like, so bad. At least when he sees like the Loki do the classic Loki, he could have been in the back. Wow! And I was like, okay, we're good.
Or when he got his ass hit, he was like, wow, I can't.
It's like Denzel's guarantee. It's like you can't have a movie without Denzel saying guarantee. You got to have what was to say as well.
Yes. So me and my wife was talking about it last night, but I think it was a bad idea because she was asking me, out of the 3 that we've seen so far, what's my favorite Disney Plus show? And I have
mindset.
I gave an answer, and I was just like, I woke up this morning. I was like, I don't know if I should change it now. So I'm gonna start with you. Out of the 3 that we've seen so far, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody. They're all good. None of them's really trash.
They're all good. They're all good.
But there's some things about the rest. And your favorite is
WandaVision is my number 1. Because each episode I was excited to learn more. I stayed up till 3 on each episode, wanting a lot more from this series. With my second one will be Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like this more because it was more action packed and it was more spy threat. You know how I like the spy movies.
Yes.
This was more of that this was more in that direction. This is only going to third because it's the whole season was just climbing up that roller coaster. But the season finale, you just dropped and you like the whole ride was just like, okay, that I need to go on that again.
Okay.
So not saying any of the series is bad. Through my enjoyment level, it's WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Loki.
So yesterday I told my wife that WandaVision was my favorite. But see the thing, they all had the flaws. The thing about WandaVision is it was building up because it's like Loki, all the Easter eggs was there. It's like, how can it not be Kang? How can it not be of all the things they were showing? And at WandaVision, even though, like I said, Marvel didn't say it, because I really think they learned from this. There had to be a reason why Loki was pushed back for a while. Well, Loki was supposed to come out a whole month earlier.
Yeah.
And then they just said, oh, chill for a minute. Because I think when they look back at WandaVision, it's like, yeah, we were kind of building up to something. And it was kind of like Agatha. And it was just kind of, that's easy for Wanda kind of thing. And I think it disappointed fans. You didn't want to disappoint the fans. I understand that. But however, before the whole Agatha all along thing, I was into it. I love the old sitcoms and stuff like that. I love that concept of it. My next one is Loki. And I really enjoy Loki because once again, I enjoy the whole time travel aspect of everything. And I enjoy that they finally revealed a big bad, not in a movie.
Right.
Yeah, and to think that that really helped push the whole thing over. I enjoy seeing some Loki. It was not as action packed as Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Falcon and Winter Soldier goes in my third because here's the really driving force for me with Falcon and Winter Soldier was the social issues that he put in there.
Yeah.
And there was a lot that I like to bring Isaiah Bradley into the thing. I like them really talking about a black man taking over as Captain America and how the country would view that. But they didn't shy away from any of that kind of stuff. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Bucky trying to deal with how they handle Bucky, how he was trying to deal with, going through all these kind of things. And basically, like a lot of the social commentary that I like. But see, the thing I always tell myself, I take the social commentary out.
Right.
The show fails on a lot of things because the Flag Smashers was rushed.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed in that.
And I think that's mainly because of the whole arc they had that was taken out.
Exactly, the reshoots and stuff like that, because the whole fear of COVID thing. And then also, I like Falcon, but I'm like, it's Falcon. I'm glad he's Captain America now, but I got to have the little buddy cop thing. But I'm like, if I take the social justice thing out or the social commentary out, does it still hold up, or just hold up like it's a regular Marvel action movie? So that's why I said my third place. So WandaVision is still my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
It's when it started. I'm glad it's been nominated for 23 Emmys,
which is amazing.
Because the show gets nominated. So and then Loki is nominated for 18.
Yeah, I did see that.
So I'm like,
people are writing HBO like, so y'all gonna bring it back or what?
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, say, look,
like Jonathan busy right now.
He kind of is, but he'll make room. He'll call Kevin like, yo, man, I gotta, I mean. And he's like, sure, no problem, because it's going to be about 7-8 years before we even get a Avengers Secret War movie.
Yeah.
Because,
no. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, because you got to bring in so many other characters, it's going to be a while. So he's going to be around, but yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Yeah. Before you end it, I just want to say shout out to all 3 shows for bringing powerful Black people to the front. We got Monica.
Yes.
We got Captain America, which is our Captain America now. Say what y'all want. He's Captain America. Yeah. They already changed the profile picture on all the social media to that Captain America. So he's Captain America. And we essentially had a quote unquote God as a Black man, which we don't see often. We don't see often.
I was like, yo, I don't care if he's the villain. I don't care if he's Kane the Conqueror. And I don't care if he's going to eventually lose. John the Majors is Kane the Conqueror. I was like, that is exciting to me.
Yeah,
that is exciting to me. So
shout out to Marvel for bringing, just the diversity up.
Exactly. So yeah, I do love that. So guys, post your comments down below. How you guys feel about episode 6? I know we went a little bit longer, but it was worth it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed our review. Hit the subscribe button for more. We will be back here in August with more TV experiences with What If. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to check out that show and how that's going to be. And then, of course, we got Shang-Chi in September. Yep. We got the Eternals in November. I don't know what's in October. Maybe Miss Marvel.
I don't know. Hawkeye. Maybe Miss Marvel or Hawkeye.
Yeah, because every month is an MCU something.
Yeah.
And then December, Spider-Man's looking crazy right now after what happened at Loki.
People are waiting for the trailer. I'm glad they didn't do what they did at Endgame, where they put the trailer before the movie, and it was like, well, we know Spider-Man's coming back.
Exactly.
So I'm glad they waited. And Doctor Strange, someone put on Twitter, Doctor Strange is more stressed than LeBron James in the 2018 finals. Dr. Strange's gonna pull his hair out.
He just said, what the
how he probably gonna make a cameo on every single MCU film from now on.
He gotta deal with all these Ks. It's probably gonna be a living tribunal in there. It's probably gonna be all these entities that I don't want to sound like my.
And then apparently nightmares come in Doctor Strange. So
look, it's gonna be more than a little bit of this doom can handle. Okay.
Yeah.
so bless them. But guys, so subscribe to the channel for more. And once again, it's NCM Place to be Jump on Missing the Anime Hero Swag on Zero.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And we'll see you on the next channel.